Good morning. On behalf of the Design and Operation Working Group, Tsukuda myself is going to share with you the Climate Assembly Tsukuba. I'm from Unibosch, that's Tsukuba, that's a small citizens group, and I am supposed to have 15 minutes. And it appears that not much time is left. And therefore, as a facilitator, I try to speak and very fast speed so that we can finish on time. But this time I was told that I don't have to speed up that much. But I'm sure you are quite exhausted. Please stretch your body and hope that you would bear with me for another 15 minutes. So with that, I'd like to begin my report. The outline, characteristics, and the result are going to be presented. First, about the introduction of the Climate Assembly Tsukuba. Tsukuba is located about 1 hour train ride from Tokyo. Now, based upon findings and knowledge, expertise from other areas, we wanted to realize the best climate citizens assembly. With that, we started designing the assembly, and the two are the best practice. This took place on 6 sessions from September to December last year, and randomly selected 50 members of 16 years older. And the steering committee was the organizer, together with Tsukuba City, AIST, National Institute of Advanced Technologies, or rather, Advanced Industrial Science and Technology, National Institute of Economic Studies, and Tsukuba University. And the goal for us is what citizens and the city can do or need to do in order to realize zero carbon in 2050. And the outcome was supposed to be produced after 6 meetings. That is prior to the recommendation, whether that is convincing enough before the members of the assembly that this would realize zero carbon and easy living environment to be compatible. And this is convincing and supported by those citizens who are not there, so that they're willing to implement. And in the first the meeting, we tried to come up with a common image about the zero carbon and easy living Tsukuba City. And then 3 themes were chosen for discussion from the second to the fourth meeting. And number 5, that's about the draft proposal. Number 6, the defining or finalizing the recommendation. And about the characteristics, I would say the from 1 to 4, those are the characteristics before the actual assembly met. And number 5 to number 7, this is after the assembly met. First, about design, we conducted the case studies on the other cities where such climate assemblies were formed. Universitat Tsukuba spent 18 months uh, to look at 17 cases in Japan. And then together with the NIS, the National Institute of Environmental Studies, rather, they were there to give us the basic information for discussion. And in July 2022, the Tsukuba Citizens Network was involved. They organized a trial meeting by randomly selecting participants, and based upon that, the meeting was designed in such a way. The second characteristics, that's about the commitment made to the participants. We'll make sure that the result would be actually reflected on the policies or measures. So the question that I introduced to you earlier, which was presented to the participants, we are going to do as such as citizens, and therefore we turn to the city, and then city is also expected to take various measures, such as the basic plan on development, and when those plans are to be revised, and then the result of discussion be reflected on that. And then we received the response, which was quite encouraging. All of them are going to be looked into. It doesn't mean that all of them would be adopted, but in case they were not adopted, then the reason would be also given why they were not adopted. Now, based upon that commitment, we move on to the process of choosing the participants. According to New Democracy Foundation in Australia, they aim for creation of mini publics, and in order to make mini publics, they state that if you want to make an assembly of 50 members, and then there has to be the the 5,000 the invitations to be made, and then the 10 times more should be the candidates. And in fact, we received the positive responses from more than 500 people. In Japan, there is what is called the 3% barrier for the acceptance, but in our case, those who accepted stood at 11%. And there may be various reasons, but one of them may be the honorarium that is paid. Globally, I would say 10,000 yen might be a good reward to be paid, but in the case of Japan, that's about 3,000 yen, and that will be paid in the form of prepaid card. But every time we paid 6,000 yen per meeting with Smile, and then if they finished up all the sessions, then they also received the souvenir on top of that. That might have been quite effective. And also, we gave various support, including the need for caregivers, as well as the nursing nursery type of facility. And also, we try to create this invitation as attractive as possible. And the fourth characteristics, this is what I try to emphasize most. That is mini publics. That has to be the miniature of the city, and therefore, that's what we aimed for. But frankly speaking, on the part of the sponsor, the government, the they try to eliminate activists who are vocal, and the mini publics may be used as an excuse, but that's not the way we should move forward. And therefore, beyond mini publics, we wanted to create a relationship with the local community that is, in addition to those that were randomly selected, we also asked for those who are willing to participate on a voluntary basis. That is, we asked for ideas that would be sent by citizens. Actually, what we wanted to do was the Ireland and Scotland, the citizens' assemblies for the diversity, the biodiversity and environment. In the case, that was in the form of the school children's participation. In our case, we wanted to do that, but we could not do it entirely. But we tried to incorporate at least a part of the youth opinion by taking advantage of the summer vacation. Those are the characteristics before or in the preparation stage. Now, once the assembly started, I'd like to explain how this was implemented. First, in the learning stage, Tsukuba City is known for the, the, the various laboratories and national institutes that are located there. That gives us an advantage, and therefore, why not making best use of them? Therefore, we decided to invite experts, the plural experts, for different themes. And as you see here, from different institutions and laboratories, we invited experts. The second, that's about deliberation. This may sound like somewhat an advertisement of myself, but we consider facilitation is important. Therefore, with the good facilitation, we can realize inclusion and diversity and prevent the bias or the lopsided to a particular direction. And thus, facilitator team was created, which consisted of very experienced members, and the overall 21 sessions were held every other week to make best use of the expertise that could be found here. And lastly, about the voting, I consider that there are different approaches taken. And of course, simple majority is not the way to go. And you must agree with that. But we wanted to create a voting method that can embody the support by the members. So from number 2 to number 4, we cast a vote by way of attaching stickers. And those that received more voting, they were selected in the fifth session. And then we asked for their opinions, whether they support or the abstention or the rather the refraining from making the particular position and opposition, because we thought with that there will be the way for the making those people who the refrain from the casting the affirmative vote to the more supportive side. And then we conducted the voting in the 7 steps. This is based upon the what is practiced in the Washington University in the U.S. And 7 steps, that means strongly agree, agree, and so on. And then the weight would be given to those positive votes. That is the first condition that has to be supported by 80% of more people. That the number 2, if the average score was 1.75 or more, then that will be included in the recommendation. And as a result, 74 proposals out of 87 were adopted. Here is an example of those supported by 98% of the people. You can refer to the website to see the actual recommendation report. In fact, we received a wide range of recommendations and proposals. And also, we conducted a questionnaire survey that is according to the outcome. To what extent outcome was achieved? That was the main question. That is, whether the proposal, the recommendation reflected your views and thoughts, whether the recommendation reflected the views and thoughts of the participants, whether zero carbon and easy living Tsukuba are compatible with such proposals, and whether this could be supported by the people who are not here, and whether you strongly support that the recommendations be implemented. And in fact, all the members chose the 3 points or more, and therefore I would say that the outcome was satisfactory to all the members. We have not yet concluded all the results, but I'd like to share with you the commitment made by the mayor. The mayor committed beforehand that all of them are going to be implemented. But when he received the recommendation, then he committed that the roadmap is going to be created for all those 74 recommendations. So it's a one-step moving forward. And also, the department within the city hall that is in charge of environmental policies, they decided that they would advance the revision of the action plan 1 year compared to the originally scheduled the starting year. On the website soon, the detailed report is going to be uploaded, and hope that you would refer to that the report that you can see on the website. This concludes my report on Climate Assembly Tsukuba. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tokuda.